Believe me when I say that this is easily one of the best martial arts films ever made in recent years. Twilight of the Warriors Walden is the first part of what's going to be a trilogy of films directed by Soi Chiang, based on the novel City of Darkness, written by Yui, which was then adapted into a manhwa by Andy Seto. Now, full disclosure, I've read neither of these, so I will be talking about this film from an uninitiated standpoint. Looking into the making of this film, I was very surprised to find that it's been in pre-production since the 2000s, and it was supposed to be a collaboration between John Woo and Johnny To, both of which are considered to be some of the absolute best Hong Kong filmmakers to ever exist. I know I hardly ever talk about Chinese cinema on this channel, but guys, please hear me on this. A Better Tomorrow and Running Out of Time. Please watch them. Also, John Woo heavily inspired the John Wick series, but that kind of goes without saying. Additionally, it was meant to have Chow Yun-fat, Andy Lau, Tony Leung, not sure which one, unfortunately, Sean Lau, Louis Koo, Anthony Wong, Sung Hong Lei, Anita Yuen, and Zhang Xingchu. And was considering a special guest lineup consisting of Nicolas Cage, James McAvoy, Li Baotian, Zhang Donggon, Li Bingbing, and Zhang Fengyi, which all sounds so unreal that it genuinely makes me upset that we never got this. But you know what? I'm really happy with what we ended up getting, because Twilight of the Warriors manages to be a very exciting and just sheer adrenaline-inducing ride that just never stops for a solid 2 hours. I first heard about this movie at the Asian Film Festival of Dallas, and while I thought it looked really entertaining just by watching the trailer, the very second I saw that Sammo Hung was in the movie, I immediately decided that I just had to go see it. For those not aware, Sammo Hung is another legendary martial artist who's starred and directed his own films and is a well-known collaborator with Jackie Chan as they attended the same theater in pursuit of their careers. Basically, you have a low-level criminal, Locke, played by Raymond Lam, who's just trying to make some cash. He comes across Mr. Big, played by Sammo Hung, and his gang. Locke gets into some pretty deep shit with them before he finds his way to Kowloon, the walled city, which is being run by Louis Koo, who plays a man known by Cyclone in 1980s Hong Kong. So now you have this guy who's caught in the middle of a turf war, but as repayment for Cyclone sticking up for him, Locke finds work in the walled city and starts to become one with Cyclone's gang, forming what feels like a very authentic brotherhood. Now, I'm not going to go into spoilers, but I'll just say that this particular dynamic becomes strained in more ways than one, due to a traumatic incident Richie Jen's Chow had to face relating to Aaron Guo's gym, and Mr. Big playing with Cyclone's men like it's some sort of elaborate game of chess. And it all really helps build tension and development for these characters, even after things go rock bottom. Locke and the bond that he was able to establish during his time in the city is still present, and everyone has his back more than ever. My favorite one of these guys is AV, played by Man Kit Chung, who works in a very rundown doctor's office that's just full of adult videos, hence the name. And he gets bothered whenever his coworkers put it on during an appointment. So he goes, "Do you guys care about work or porn?" And they just go, "Porn." Terrence Lau as Shin is another standout, as we first see him as Cyclone's right-hand man, as well as Tony Wu as 12th Master, or just 12. And this brings me to this movie's antagonist, Philip Ng as King. Before this, I never had a proper experience with Philip, as my exposure to him was a movie that I greatly despise called Birth of the Dragon. And seeing him in a movie where he steals every scene that he's in and just having an all-out blast playing a very psychotic and near indestructible menace, like, I want to see more of him. Easily best character in the entire movie. Like he's basically the Joker. I'll put it that way. The fights in this movie are absolutely nuts. Like not only are they so intricately choreographed, but they all make great use of their environments, which is always a big plus for me. Watch Drunken Master 2. You got people being slammed through walls, climbing on cables, jumping in and out of windows. It's hard to believe that anyone was able to come up with this stuff. But then again, we have to thank the wonderful talent of Wilson Yip of the Ip Man series for delivering such artistry. I'm also gonna have to praise the production designers too, because the setting, which by the way, Kowloon is a real place, is so wonderfully constructed that you just get sucked into it, and you just feel how busy and claustrophobic everything is, and you also get the sense of what mundane life is like in this city, and you start to connect with the community at large here. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the world building just feels so alive. As of this recording, Twilight of the Warriors Walled In is in select theaters. I hope this gets more screenings because, man, just go see this movie, please. It's phenomenal stuff, and I really cannot wait to see what the sequels have in store for us. That's all I got for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I want to give a shout out to my channel members and my supporters on Patreon, where if you guys like what you see, and if you want early access to videos and exclusive content, feel free to click the link below. Also, pre-orders for my first ever novel, Titanius, Book 1, Rise of the Titans, are now up on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart, so if you like giant robots, giant monsters, Greek mythology, Mazinger Z, Saint Seiya, definitely consider snagging a copy. Other than that, feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and see you guys later. Take it easy, y'all.